$17 million is good, but it could be better. Because as it stands right now, we're not really moving all that many planks from Belfast. Well, no, we are. We're just not moving enough planks from Belfast. And honestly, I would argue that we're not moving enough bricks from the Oma construction materials plants either. And speaking of not moving things from places, we have the Castlebar farm. You know the one that has that one dedicated grain line that has been doing nothing for several episodes now. That one, yeah, there's a reason that it's been doing nothing, and it was pointed out in the comments of episode 2 of the series, I think. A channel member by the name of Pizza pointed out that I may or may not have misclicked a little bit and said that at Castlebar South, we are picking up food instead of grain. So thank you very much for letting me know that I had made that mistake, because I probably never would have thought to check that. I don't know why I haven't checked it yet. It's such an obvious thing and it's such an obvious mistake, but it's very much what happened here. And I'm so glad someone was paying attention, because clearly I was not. And hopefully we're going to see this place start to produce just a little bit of grain. So coming back up to the Oma construction materials plant, I want to take a look at our consumers, because we are still not quite moving enough stuff down to Limerick. Now, part of that problem is going to be the train, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But what I would like to do is go to my bricks to train line. The rate on this could be better, so I'm going to go ahead and say, let's just go all out. Let's do 40 vehicles on that line. That gives us a rate of 106, which is exactly what we're looking for. Let's also look at the Belfast bricks to city line. 112 is perfect. And I guess while we're here, let's look at the Londonderry bricks line, which is 72 right now. So it's moving everything it needs to be moving, which is exactly what we're looking for. Now, when it comes to the trains, I've been thinking that we might want to make a bit of a change to how we run the lines that take planks and bricks down to Limerick, because we're not moving that many bricks. We're not stockpiling that many bricks because of the overload. And I just think this could be a little bit more efficient if I was to go into this line and split it in two. And simply put, we have one line that goes down there. It's the same trains. We can literally use the same trains. We just say that two of them are moving planks and then bringing back food and tools. And then the other two are taking bricks and then bringing back food and tools. So we just split it. We just say that this one is planks to tools. I just punched my microphone like a real professional. This one is planks to tools to city. The other one is bricks to, I mean, it's the same thing. It's not taking bricks to tools, it's bricks to Limerick. You get the idea. I think that's what we need to do. I think that's how we're going to do this. So the way that's going to have to work is I'm going to have to modify this station, and I'm going to have to modify the Limerick station as well. So I'm going to get started down here because it's a little bit easier. And very simply, we want to go in here with a new set of tracks. We want to go in here with a new cargo platform here as well. And I'm wondering, can I get a little building in here? I totally can, which I would love to do. We can do some little side buildings if I really want to, which is sort of tempting. I could do a larger cargo building, which is also kind of tempting. Definitely not against doing some slightly larger cargo buildings in here, because I think these guys actually do offer a little bit of extra storage. So that's what we're going to do. Although I can't really get a road. You know what? Let's do the smaller one. Let's do the smaller one, because then I can get a road across here and it's going to look that little bit better if I do. I'm also going to upgrade this road just while we're here, because I might as well. And can I bring this down here? I totally can. So you know what? Let's go and let's do this. It's 15,000 to dig that out. That's totally fine. That looks great. That gives us a nice connection, and it gives us those two sections of track. So what I'm going to need to do now is make a slight adjustment to how this all comes together. So these guys need to be disconnected, and that is going to upset things a little bit. But what we can do, oh, that's zoomed out a little bit far on that one. What we can do is come in here and just bring out this new section of track that runs to the end of the bridge. We want to run you straight to there, run this one around to there, and that is pretty good. is what that is. What we do need to do now is make sure that there are some crossover points. So any train coming in on the right side needs to be able to get over to the left so they can go to their platform. Any train coming from the left needs to be able to get to stay on the left. Do we need multiple crossover points here? I don't know that we do, because any train coming in here is going straight out. Any train coming in here, oh yeah, we do need multiple crossover points. I am an idiot. We want to go from here to there. So any train coming off the leftmost platform can cross over to the right. Any train on the rightmost can, or coming into the right, can cross over to the left. It's a whole thing. So what we'll do is set up some signals for this. We want a signal here, so the train coming out on the right will be able to stop and wait for one crossing over. And a train here, does a train need to stop here? Is there any reason a train would need to stop here? Yes, there is. We'll put a signal right there as well, and that should be perfectly fine. So that's all we need to do in Limerick to make this work. And then in Belfast, things are slightly more complicated because the terrain really doesn't want to work with me here. So this is going to be a bit of a pain. We're also going to be just sort of moving the train along with all of this track that I'm demolishing, because this is going to be a bit of work. This track it's a single section of track the entire length of the way along here up until about here, which is fine. It's just tricky is what it is. Thankfully, we have a ton of money, so this isn't the end of the world. It's just a bit of a pain. So we'll go in and do some new sections of track right about here. We will go and get ourselves our cargo platform right about here as well. And then I should be able to just bring some track out of here and link it up with the rightmost section of track here. $637,000 is a crazy amount of money. I don't love that we're doing that, but we can afford it, and it's probably going to be worth it. So we'll go ahead and get that built. We'll bring this guy around as well. It is going to connect, of course, to here, and that gives us a nice big tunnel, $334,000. Again, a ton of money, but that's totally fine. And if we go and look at our line view, we can see everything is working the way it needs to be, which is fantastic news. This train is, however, a little bit confused, so we need to turn you around. So you're going to head back to Belfast, and then you'll come back out this way, and everything should be all right. What we also need to do now is set up a second line. So it's going to be a line from here, and it is platform 2, which is, yep, platform 2, going all the way down to Limerick's new platform, which is going to be platform 2 as well. This is going to be train cargo. It is, I guess, Belfast, and I guess it is bricks to Limerick and Galway. We're going to start getting some bricks going up to Galway is what we're going to do. Obviously, this line is bringing back food and bringing back tools where possible. In fact, I wonder if it would be better to just have this be the line that brings the food back, because then the other line is moving nothing but planks and the product created from those planks. That might actually be a really good idea for how this can work. I like that. I like that as an idea quite a lot. So in Belfast, you are loading up on bricks and you're going to be unloading food. In Limerick, you are unloading bricks and loading up on food, and that's all we care about. That is all we're interested in. When it comes to this other one, in Belfast, you are loading up on planks, I guess, and you're going to be unloading tools. In Limerick, you are unloading the planks and loading up on tools. And I think I've got that right. I do kind of need these guys to have a maximum stop time as well. We shouldn't need more than 60 seconds at either location, maybe a minute 20, 2 minutes, 120 seconds. We'll just do 60. That should be fine. I don't think we need a minimum stop time. I think we just, spend the time loading things up, and that should be all right. Same thing here. Maybe full load if available, but you stay for a maximum of a minute. Same story here, full load any maximum of a minute, just to make sure everything is okay. So we don't have to worry about percentages on the new line. When it comes to the old line, we don't need to worry about percentages either. We're just doing 100% of everything, which is perfect. And then when it comes to that old line, manage the vehicles, take 2 of them, And do I want to just send them back to the depot for now? I sort of do. I want to send 2 of them back to the depot, whatever you want to call it. Can I send this one back to the depot? Yeah, we're going to send those 2 back to the depot simply because I want to get them sort of reset. I want them to come out and sort of be on the right section of track, going in the right direction, all that good stuff. So we'll speed things up. We'll send them back to the depot. And this is hopefully going to be another profitable line. Although we're probably going to want to get more trains for both. So maybe 3 trains per line is going to be the goal. But we'll see what happens is what we'll do. Also, the train depot is here. I'm not 100% sure. What are you doing? You're on the wrong side of the track, my friend. That is where you are. You're going back to the depot as well. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what might be a bit of an idea. Let's get ourselves a little section of track down this way that sort of cuts across like this. So any train that wants to go to the depot can absolutely go to the depot, which should be fine. You need to cross over to the other side is what I need you to do, because now you can do that. And then once you do that, we'll go ahead and get rid of we'll get rid of this part of the track because we don't need it, and everything should be good. So this can go away. That keeps us good. This guy's going to the depot, which is great. The other one's going to the depot as well and should have no problem doing that. And then once they're there, we just assign them to the new line, and we hope for the best is what we do. We should see, once this is up and running, we should see the bricks get loaded onto that other, what's the word I'm looking for? Platform. That's the word I'm looking for. They should get loaded on there, and we shouldn't have this overload that we're seeing right now. And so with these guys in here, let's put them on the bricks to Limerick and Galway line. They are hopefully going to head out and head straight for Belfast, which is exactly what that one's doing. And that's exactly what we want to see. We have the bricks being loaded up on the other platform as well, which is beautiful news. I suppose now we want to go down and set up a little something to take those bricks to Galway. So let's go to the Limerick sidings. I was going to say this truck stop, and then for some reason decided I was going to say Limerick, and it just did not work. Limerick sidings is what we're going to be upgrading just to make sure that we have enough space for everything. I do want to put a new train. Okay. That looks like a really, this is going to be huge. That's a huge set of upgrades right there. That is a really, really good set of upgrades. I'm very excited about that. Let's just focus on what we're doing though. Let's not get sidetracked. We will bring our bricks into Galway right about there. Should be fine. And I guess what we'll do is set up a new line that is going to go from down here all the way up to Galway. Let's make sure that at the York Road, the only thing we're unloading is brick, and then road cargo, it is Galway, and it is bricks to City. I don't think we have any other Galway lines right now, so they're going to be going for this lovely dark blue color, which is good because Castlebar has the light blue color. It kind of brings everything together. I don't mind that. Let's get ourselves some vehicles. Let's go for this new, the DMG. It is 16 miles per hour. It has an engine, so it shouldn't be slowed down too much by hills, which is amazing. Let's do 5 of them. Let's do 5 of them. Let's get them in that beautiful blue color. Let's send them on the Galway bricks to City line. We're also seeing some stuff over here, which is good. So this is up and running, which I love to see. And I suppose now is as good a time as any to just upgrade everything that goes through here. This is going to be potentially a lot of money, but I want to see how the rates go. So a rate of 116 going over to Kilkenny. If I replace those 40 vehicles, it's 1.4 million and a rate now of 116. So it didn't really do much to the rate, which is okay. The Limerick food to train line, we will replace those 10 vehicles for 339,000, which is great. The Castlebar grain food city line, we will replace as well for almost $1 million. And the grain to food line, we will also replace for $368,000. So that gets rid of all the horse-drawn carts that we're using down here, which is great. They are still going to get stuck in traffic because traffic for the most part is still horse and cart. But this has me thinking that we really should make the same upgrade and spend just a ridiculous amount of money on everything around here. Especially the vehicles going into Londonderry. Just these ones especially get stuck on those hills. I think we need to make the upgrade. It's over $500,000 for this one, but that should do wonders for Londonderry. Probably the same thing with all of these, to be totally honest. So Bricks to City is 55 vehicles, $1.7 million. Bricks to Train is 40 vehicles. That is $1.1 million. We've done the Londonderry one. This is the big one. It is 80 vehicles. That upgrade is $2.6 million. But in theory, we should be making a lot more up here because not only are they faster, they are going to be able to deal with the hills better. This should work out really nicely for us. And what I'd also like to do is just go and upgrade this one so that we can start moving the logs a little bit faster as well. And then I guess we'll come down here is what we'll do. And we'll just upgrade all of these guys as well. So Bricks to Train has been sorted. Logs to Planks has been sorted. Tools to City has not. So again, we will replace those for just about 250,000-ish. Dublin Food to City, I think same story. We have 16 vehicles, $500,000, and Dundalk Food to City, 8 vehicles for $267,000. If I'm not mistaken, I think that is that all of my vehicles now sorted out? It is not. We still have some wagons down here, which isn't really ideal. I forgot about the Mullingar lines as well, which they'll need rebalanced, to be fair. They will absolutely need rebalanced. What are you doing? This is Limerick Tools and Bricks to City. Okay. Manage those guys, replace them, and that should be good. The Mullingar lines, I'm going to wait because there's a ridiculous number of vehicles down there, and we only have $6 million. Now, something we probably should do is come into this intersection between Omagh and Londonderry and just improve things a little bit. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of passenger traffic, civilian traffic, whatever the word I'm looking for is, going back and forth here, and it is causing some problems. So I'm going to go ahead and put a large country road in here because that's actually going to give us more lanes to work with. And that should give us some turning lanes, which I'm hoping is going to be enough to just make this work. That's kind of the goal with this, is just enough lanes to, you know, have some dedicated turning lanes, just, you know, split things up a little bit. It's gotten worse before it's gotten better, but that's okay. This has gotten a lot worse. We need traffic lights. It's 1890. I don't think we're going to get traffic lights, but we need traffic lights. Oh my God. We might also want to try and get rid of this really steep hill that we have going on here. So let me take out a whole bunch of this. In fact, let me go right back to there. And what we'll do is just start down this way and curve our way up there. And that is still kind of steep. Well, sort of. It's a lot more even than it was, which is kind of what I'm looking for. Over this way, possibly the same story. Maybe we take out just a good chunk of this entire stretch of road back to about there. And we'll try, maybe, is that flat? Not really. That's probably a good starting point. We can go from there, if I can get it to work, which I can. So from there, basically up to there. And that's a lot more gradual as well, which is hopefully going to be what we're looking for. This side's not too bad. This side's not too bad. Hopefully that just helps the traffic have a much better time. I am also going to just smooth out the little bits of terrain that I'll be messing with here, just because it slightly annoys me, even though I don't have that much money, but it is just going to look that little bit better if this is what I do. That looks like a new passenger vehicle as well, which I'm very excited about. Okay. Hopefully this clears up. Hopefully this figures itself out, because this is seriously putting it's a bit of a hindrance towards what I'm trying to do with my with all of my lines, basically. Just all of them. They're all of them are being held back by this. Maybe a new road out of Omagh is what's needed. I suppose we can give that a shot as well. We'll turn on our contour lines. We can come out of here a little bit towards that road, and we'll go to about there, and we'll see if that gets used. or if it just makes things worse. It has got the potential to make things a lot worse, but I'm hopeful that maybe some of these guys will be like, we'll use the other road, right? That's the idea. That's the goal. That's the hope. Now, in other news, we have trains coming down here completely full of bricks, and it's getting us $838,000, which is amazing to see. It loaded up on food pretty much instantly, which is also amazing to see. We had some bricks getting picked up and taken to Galway right there. We have some bricks going into Limerick as well. So that's good. That is good across the board. Looking over this way, our food production is solid. We're transporting everything. Our suppliers could be doing better, but they're doing all right, I suppose. So no complaints on that front. When it comes to goods, it looks like we're moving them. We do have a little bit of a surplus of steel versus plastic, which we could probably do something about. Also, what are you moving? You're moving planks. I love it. I love it. You love to see it. I also love seeing that we have a bit of a surplus, not a surplus, but a stockpile of bricks starting to appear up here is a wonderful, oh my God, this has got worse. This has actually gotten worse. So where are you going? You're going to a commercial building. That's great. It's down here. Wait a minute. So you're going that, yeah, that makes sense. So do I just need more commuter capacity between Omagh and Londonderry? What if I swap out these vehicles, right? Because we have these new ones. They're faster. They carry more people. They're more powerful. So yeah, replace those. Also duplicate those, I guess. We'll put 12 vehicles in this line, which gives us a rate of 45, which should be all right. And we'll just see what happens. I mean, they look great. They're great looking little vehicles. I'm just hoping that 12 of them is enough. Oh my God, it's tailing back into the city now. There is no, wait, how's this road doing? No one's even using it. I mean, it makes sense. Of course they're not using it, but no one's even using it. Oh, you know what we're gonna have to do? I have an idea. Let me turn on my contour lines and let me do something that's potentially very, very silly. I'm gonna come out of about here. And I'm gonna go like this, just a little bit. I want to link up with that road there. So basically, that is what I want to do. And this is probably going to, I mean, it carved out a lot more of the mountain than I was hoping to. Can I smooth that at all? I sort of can. This road, I imagine, will get some use, right? I would imagine they're gonna be like, oh, we can go straight up here, straight across here, and into Londonderry. It's just, man, this is ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this in Transport Fever. I don't have another solution for this either, unless, I mean, I say that I have 9 million. I could build a tunnel. I could just build a tunnel, I guess. That would be an option to just sort of like, I don't even know where the tunnel would go. We don't need to go into Londonderry. Oh, what have I done here? I guess I could offset these intersections as well. That might help us a little bit. That really might help us, actually. Maybe that's exactly what I need to do is sort of offset the intersections and hope for the best. Okay, so that sort of worked, which is great news. I mean, traffic's still backing up a little bit up here, but it's figuring itself out is what it's doing. At the very least, my trucks are now moving, which is really all I care about. So no complaints from me on that one. We have everybody coming in here to hopefully deal with this overload of bricks as well, which is hopefully going to get us a bunch more bricks down to the train station, since I'm pretty sure all of my trucks were stuck in traffic for a moment there. This does look like it's effective, which is just perfect. Also looks like a decent little bit of traffic is heading over this way, which again is perfect and what we're looking for. So now I would like to take a look at our goods production and see what we are doing. I want to upgrade these vehicles as well. So this is going to be a whole process. We're going to start and work backwards the way we did when we built all of this. The rate on this guy is 53 at the moment, which is higher than the 40 we were looking for, but that's okay. We'll swap these guys out for the DMG, and that gives us a rate of still 53 apparently. I imagine that'll change because it is a faster vehicle. I want to bring that rate up to 60 though, because it's easier to do the math on 60 than it is 53. Admittedly, it's 120 versus 106, but that's again besides the point. Basically, this line is now 60. The plastic to goods line now also needs to be 60. So we'll put another vehicle on there just to take it above 60. And the steel to goods line also needs to be 60. So again, we'll put one more vehicle on there just to push it up to where it needs to be, which is perfect. Working back from there, we can go over to the plastic side. We're looking at oil to plastic. It's 47. Again, needs to be 60. So we'll go in here and say, let's put 2 more vehicles on that. Brings us up to 53. Let's say 2 more vehicles again, should be about 60, 61, 62, 59. We'll do 1 more vehicle, should be about 62. 61 is fine. Moving on from that, we have already sorted out the steel to goods line. It's already 60. So everything else we're doing now needs a rate of 120. So wait, no, oil to plastic, that's already sorted out. Yes, I'm right. Crude oil to oil, it's 104 right now. Swap those out with the new vehicle, and let's put 2 more on there. 109, another 2 is 115, another 2 is 120, which again is absolutely perfect. Looking into here, I think we've done everything which we have. Looking into our iron and coal lines, same story. We want to go in and replace them with the DMG. We'll grab 2 of them and just duplicate until this says 120. So 95, 100, 105. So 1, 2, 3 more clicks should get us to about 120, 119. Give me 1 more vehicle for that line, which is 51 vehicles for a rate of 121. The coal line should be much easier because it's much smaller. We'll replace all those with the DMG. Let's put 2 more vehicles in there for 96, 2 more for 112, and 2 more for 128. Let me sell one. I don't want it to be that off. I want it to be as close to 120, which it now is. So that's all nicely balanced. That should increase the goods production just a little bit. And ideally, goods production is something that's going to stay relatively, I mean, it's a lot of vehicles, don't get me wrong, but it should go crazy once we start getting some higher capacity vehicles, especially with how much we're going back and forth here with all of these different lines. Speaking of going crazy, we now have a crazy amount of planks and bricks sitting in here. So what I'm going to do is go to the planks line and I'm going to say, give me 1 more vehicle. We'll put 3 vehicles on there. On the bricks line, same story. Give me 1 more vehicle. And you know what? Just while I'm here, let me modify these guys with that new locomotive. That's what I want to do. The PLM 220. Let's start putting that in here because it's going to improve the performance of these trains from mediocre to good. It should mean that they can get up hills that little bit easier, which is fantastic news. So let me just make sure that I've actually done this. Add you to, have I already got a locomotive in this train? I've one there, I've one at the end. I don't want to do that. I also don't have the money to do this right now. I just realized how much I've spent on trains. Oh no. Okay. That's fine. We should be able to make some money, right? We only have 3 million right now. I also haven't been paying off my loans, which I really need to be doing. But we do have, by the sounds of it, a train coming in here. So, oh wow, my money shot down there. We're back up to 3 million. That's fine. There's no way we are losing money, right? I've spent a ridiculous amount. I just bought 2 new trains. Those were worth quite a lot. I bought a bunch of new vehicles. Those were worth quite a lot. There's no way we're losing money now, right? There's no way. I just want to double check our line statistics right now. So when it comes to the trains, we're actually not making as much, which is really concerning. Although I guess it makes sense because they're only, I mean, I don't know. They're moving as many planks and as many bricks as they can at a time. They should be coming back up here with all sorts of things. So the trains absolutely should be making a ton of money. It might just take a moment for that to really kick in, because maybe, I don't know. I'm hoping they're not running empty back up to Belfast. I'm really hoping they're not running empty back up to Belfast. That would be kind of a disaster. So this train here is bringing 40 food up here. What is 40 food worth up here? $812,000. Okay. And then it's about $800,000 for the bricks going down there. So that train is making, for one loop, it's $1.6 million. So we should be fine. I think we just took a hit because of me being an idiot. So if I go and configure, not the platform, but the trains, I don't want to do that. I want to manage the vehicles. If I go in here, I guess we now have the money to replace the locomotive, at least on this line. We don't have the money to do it on the other one because it's a lot of money. It's 4.1 million, but that should be okay. It is a better locomotive. It makes the trains better. It makes them faster. We should be all right to do this. A little bit broke, but that's okay. This is the Planks Tools City line. Do I want to change the color of the train? I sort of do. Planks being sort of that color, I guess, sort of that color. We'll go for like the lighter one and we'll see what they look like, because I have a feeling that that might be a really awful color for it. It's not a great one, is it? It's not, it's not a great color for the train, but, sure. That's fine. The other ones, I'm not too worried about what color they are right now, because they will get swapped out as well. Once we happen to have another $4.1 million that I can burn. Let me just double check though, that this thing is doing 838,000 coming down here. It is not full of tools though, which tells me that tools production down here just kind of sucks. So the consumers are getting everything they need. The suppliers are transporting 80%. The demand, I guess, just doesn't exist, is kind of how I'm looking at it. The demand just is not there for tools, which makes sense. It is just Limerick and Belfast right now that happen to want the tools. So it's not the end of the world. It's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. And looking at the line statistics, once again, the train lines are both making over $1 million. It does dip down eventually, but it's still a ton of money. So we're doing okay. The trains are fine. We do, however, want to go in here and swap out the locomotives on this line as well. So we'll get rid of the old ones. We'll go in with the PLM 220, which is a gorgeous looking train. Absolutely. Look, my favorite part of this game is this part where we're using the steam locomotives. I love steam trains. I really do. I was raised by my grandparents, and my dad always used to, my granddad, but I called him my dad. Like loved steam trains, and just any like TV show about engineering on steam. I love steam trains. I don't know anything about them. They just look so cool. The sound of them's great. All these giant moving parts. Oh, I'm not a train person. Like there's people that know so much about trains and have such an appreciation for trains. I have such an appreciation for trains whilst also knowing nothing about trains. That's where I'm at with trains. I think these guys can be, I think that sort of like pale red color that I just painted these guys is probably the right color for these trains. Let's have a little bit of a look. It probably doesn't look too different, but it looks all right. That's our brick trains. The other one's the plank trains. That's good. I feel like I've done nothing today. I feel like I've done absolutely nothing but upgrade vehicles. But I mean, realistically, we've optimized things a little bit, right? We have now done everything there is to do in terms of production on the island of Ireland. We obviously could make more steel down here if we wanted to. We could start trying to move goods to other places, but I think goods will have to hold off a little bit until we improve things. We have a ton of food waiting to go to Dublin, which is amazing news. Very happy about that. I am curious, actually, if we go down and look at you, are you going to tell me my consumers? So Dublin is 32. Dundalk is 20. So I think we're moving everything. I just imagine these guys are, yeah, they're getting stuck in traffic. And oh my God, that hill. Okay, let me try and fix this a little bit. Because this hill right here is all sorts of ridiculous. Let me take this out of here. Let me take that out of here. And let me try and do something a bit more gradual. So if I go from there and we come out to there, it is going to carve away at the terrain, but it's still steep, admittedly, but it's a lot better than it was, which is good. This is relatively level. It is relatively steep right there, which I don't love. So similar story. We'll go in here. We will extend this little bit and we'll just bring it out like that. And it's a bit more gradual, which is hopefully going to be something that, well, I'd say the horses can manage, but we know they can't. We know that we're kind of waiting for the general population to upgrade to some engines in here. But that's unfortunately going to take a little while, I think. Now, a little something I would like to do here at the Oma Construction Materials Plant is go ahead and tally up the rates or the shipping numbers for Limerick and Galway. So it's 94, let's say it's 100, it's 56, let's say it's 60 for some easy math, which I think, hold on, what would it be? Anyway, we'll say it's 160. It doesn't matter, it's 160. That says to me that I would want to be moving 160 bricks to the train, right? So that's if that's the yearly demand down there, we want to be moving 160 bricks down to that train, which tells me, and this is why having 2 train lines is actually easier. That tells me that the bricks line, and it does have a rate of 162, so it actually lines up perfectly. So we should be able to move enough bricks to make this work. We should be able to fully supply both Galway and Limerick with bricks. Limerick wanting 101, apparently. Yeah, it checks out, actually. So Limerick tools and bricks to city is doing 99 right now. Let me put 2 more vehicles in there. Not that we need it, but just sort of future-proofs things a little bit. 123 is kind of fantastic. And then for Galway, you want 58. You're currently doing 18. Let me duplicate all of you. And let me do another 5 of them. And that gives us 53. 52. Maybe another 2 would be an idea. So 17 vehicles, 59. That seems good. That should help us move just about everything that we can move here in terms of bricks. Obviously, tools production is really, it's not ideal, but I mean, we're moving as many of those as we can is what we're doing. We might just need more vehicles to help sort that, but I'm not super worried about that right now. If I'm totally honest, I think the next thing we need to go into production on is going to be fuel. And obviously that brings us over to the mainland. Specifically, that's going to bring us to Leeds because we have everything we need right next to Leeds for some fuel production. We have an oil well here that can feed into an oil refinery, that can feed into a fuel refinery. And then basically we can truck it all over to Liverpool and then load it onto a boat, send it over to Belfast, and Belfast gets the fuel that it wants. Oma can get the fuel that it wants. Mullingar, Castlebar, Tralee, Cork. We can start trying to get that fuel over to all of them. In fact, what we might want to do is have 2 separate boat lines. Maybe one goes to Dublin, maybe one goes to Waterford. It doesn't really matter where. Maybe down to Cork. Either or, we can bring that fuel over by boat and provide it to everyone that wants it. We can do the same thing in the mainland as well. Don't get me wrong. If anywhere over here happens to want fuel like Dumfries or Ayr, I think it is, Inverness, we can start trying to move it around there as well. We can bring it down to Cardiff and anywhere, Norwich. We can take it to all of those, but or even actually, we have a way here to get some decent little production going instantly. We have Sheffield wanting some fuel, which I absolutely love. We also have Grimsby wanting bricks with Grimsby Construction Materials Plant right there, and then Sheffield Quarry right over here. So that seems pretty good. I am slightly disappointed that there's no steel mill near Sheffield. That seems like a really missed opportunity on this map, but that's fine, I suppose. That's just the way it is. But I think that's going to be the plan. I think that's what we're going to do. And the other great bit of news is we actually have we have Liverpool, Manchester is 2, Leeds is 3, Scarborough is 4, Middlesbrough is 5, and Grimsby is 6 locations that want bricks right here in the north, right? This is northern. This is what considered northern England, right? This is like the Midlands? Is Birmingham Midlands? I don't know. I'm fairly confident that like Newcastle, this is north, right? It's right by Scotland. Regardless, we have this whole band across the country here that wants bricks, which we can totally capitalize on. My priority though is going to be that fuel production, because it finally means I can get some boats coming out of Belfast, and that is going to be so good. But I think that's going to be something that we can tackle in the next episode, because that is going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure as always, even if we haven't really done all that much today, but there's big things coming next time. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.